Good afternoon and welcome or welcome back. It says I'm live, so if you're here, let me know. I am connected on Facebook and YouTube, and this is Pat Mayer from Akron, Ohio, where we're finally getting some much needed rain. It's been over a month, and everything's so dry, the leaves are falling. They're already starting to blow the leaves away. So anyway, it is Monday, September 22nd. Can you believe it? And it is the first day of fall. So again, leave comments. I would love for you to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to my channel. And let's move along. What am I doing today? Well, backing up, what happened last week? Hi, Shirley. Welcome. I had a little bit of my whole connection here fell over, and I've reconfigured it, so I don't think it'll happen again, but it hit me in the head, and it made some changes on my software program on the screen, and I didn't know how to get it fixed. So fortunately, it was close to the end. I didn't bring the cards back down here to show, but I'll try to remember to do that next week. So anyway, hoping today that we don't have any issues. I think the storm has gone through. I don't hear any more thunder. Did say we would get some storms. I don't think it was a severe thunderstorm warning, but some heavy rain and possibly some wind. So right now everything's okay. I hope we get enough to really get down there and make things look green again. So, all right. Let's see. I've got the annual catalog in front of me because I'm going to be using something out of there today. And getting my thoughts together here. Okay, let me get that out of the way and show you what my inspiration is for today's project. I got this lovely card. Oops. From my friend Jane. I do have a birthday coming up, so it does say happy birthday. And for lack of a better word, I know there are lots of cards out there that called flip, flap, whatever, fun fold, but that's kind of what this one is. So it flips and it flaps. So I'm showing it to you this way because it's kind of long. And that's the way it goes. So it flips and it's got a flap. So if you can think of something better, or if you've seen this someplace, please share with me what you would call it. So that's just for lack of a better word, because I looked all the way through Pinterest on fun folds and I didn't see a name for it. So Jane, if you had a name for this, let me know. But anyway, it was pretty easy to recreate, and so that's what I'm going to do. It would make a great Christmas card, so you can do it with many, many things. And this was my first little prototype that I made, and it's not even decorated yet. So you could make a bunch and then decorate as you choose. And this is kind of the same paper that I'm using today, but a different color theme from this paper. So I will keep this handy and show you in the annual catalog, there is a scrapbooking workshop kit on page 15. I don't do the scrapbooking, but there was, and I think I know how I ended up with this, a sticker sheet that goes with this paper. So I'm going to use some of these stickers, but I bought the designer paper from the Suite that is called Florals in Bloom. And I know I've used some of it before. I heard a siren out there. I don't have the dies for this. I bought it primarily for the paper, but it is lovely. So there's the 2 bundles that goes with it, page 42, and then this is the lovely paper on page 43. And so it's just full of delightful color. So you can see I've used a bit of it. We've got Secret Sea here, Timid Tiger, there's Strawberry Slush. I'll look at all the colors here in a minute. This is the one that I'm going to use today with Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink. Sometimes you don't know that these colors will go together, but they do. Here's our new beautiful cloud cover. Love that color. And I do believe that some of these coordinate with dies if you have the dies. So let's put this puppy together. Okay, so I'm using, as I said, Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink, because that's what's in the paper. And let's start with decorating the envelope. Now this is a directional paper, so when you put this together, you kind of need to watch that a little bit. So let's get our flowers going the right way here. So it's the start of another week, and I think summer is probably on the way out. We had the 80s again last week, and now I think we're back to the 70s. Okay, so this is going the right way. You know, you reach a point where you know that the seasons are changing, and those hot days in mid to late September seem even hotter than they do in June and July for some reason. So I'm kind of glad to see them go. Okay, let's grab some scissors here. And when I do the piece for the envelope, I always cut a piece that is 6 by 2 1/4. And that is just enough over the edge to trim that off. Okay, so that's done. Now, what I will say, and I have 2 circles from, here we go. 2 circles from Spotlight on Nature dies. This is all circles. Certainly something you should have in your stash, in your collection, if you don't. Obviously, I've forgotten to punch some of those out because they all have a really nice design around the edge. And these are available online. Those are not in the catalog. So I can put those aside. And I chose this just line design to go with that. Okay, now back to this. If you want to see it again, when you lay it out like this, I think you can see enough of the top and the bottom. This part down here has a piece of basic white behind it, and that's sandwiched in there with this piece. The 2.5-inch piece goes there. So as I said, this is a piece that is 11 by 3, and I've scored it at 2.5 and 7.25. If you want to mark down any of those dimensions. I also have 2 pieces of cardstock, any color that coordinates with your designer paper, that are just a card base, 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, so I'm going to put that down here with this. And this is going to go under here like this, so I know where it goes. This is my piece of basic white. Then this piece is going to go up here. Now let's get the flip and the flap part together so that this ends up matching. So when I turn this over so you can see the back, you see that this piece goes here on the back of this flap here, and this is 3/4 of an inch up, and the score line is up 3/4 of an inch. So that flap goes that way. So if that makes sense, this is your front, which right now is down at the bottom. This part's going to go in the middle with the 2.5-inch smaller piece down here, and this is going to go up here. So let me slide this over a little bit. And I'm going to start by sandwiching my piece of basic white in between here, and that will go right on the score line. So let's do some gluing, keeping it laid out like this. Okay, I'm actually going to move my head out of the way. Let's see if I can get rid of that. So now you can see the whole thing. You don't have to see me. Okay, so let's do some gluing. It's kind of like laying out a puzzle. And again, if you've got a direction to your paper, as this one does, make sure it's going that way. And now I'm going to okay, let's leave that for right now. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and go ahead and glue this to the front of this piece. And it does keep the same direction. So your florals are going facing you. And then this score line is 3/4 of an inch up. So you can see how this folds here. So I'm going to put a mark here, 3/4 of an inch up on the back of this. Grab the ruler. And make a little line. Let's go over here. And then with the liquid glue, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room in case it's off a little bit. Let's come over here. Maybe, is that too far out? Okay, I'll zoom back out in a minute. So let's lay it back out again. This is going to get in here. And this here we go, is going to go here. So that when it's glued down, this will flip like this. So now we can kind of hold it together so that this is up here. I know it's a little bit of a puzzle, but it does work. So let's do this. Okay, I've got those little marks right there. Let me zoom in again. That's 3/4 of an inch, and I want to glue this down. Okay, so I'm going to hold that up there. And again, there's enough time with the wiggle room to wiggle this around if I need to. So that will go like that. Okay, zoom out again. And then, with that part done, I can glue this to this part here. So let's glue this down. And then put this piece of basic white back here. And there it goes. So the key is getting this score line that was at 7.5. This one was at 2.5, 7.25, 2.5, 7.25, 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom of this. Now I don't have anything there to erase, but I do know that it was in the right place. And then it flips and flaps like that. With this being the front of the card, if you look back at this one, this is the front, and it flips like that. So this is a mountain fold, and that is also a mountain fold when it's closed. Okay? Let me know if that makes sense. So this is 3 by 11, scored at 2.5, and that gets sandwiched in with a piece of white here so that you can write a message or put more of a sentiment there. So you're not writing on this. And then this part is 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom for this score line. And this was the one that was at 7.25. And then it just flips and they match up. Okay. So back to the original one. This is my front. So let's decorate that first. And let's grab one of my circles here. And I am going to make this a birthday card. But I've got from the stamp set that I just still love. You are remarkable. Friends are flowers in the garden of life. And then I've got the right words using to someone we're celebrating every single day, happy birthday. So on this one, that's what I'm going to put. Friends are flowers in the garden of life. And I'm going to put that a little bit over to the right side using Secret C. My favorite in color. Okay, let's make sure it's looks good. And then let's take one of these stickers out of here. And we've got some yellow flowers. We've also got this big sticker. Hopefully this isn't too overpowering for this. It is just a little bit. I'm going to put that back in there. And believe me, these are sticky. Let's do this green. Okay, I don't want this to stick down here just yet. So if you've got a sticker sheet or anything that has adhesive on that you don't want to stick, grab your embossing buddy, which I keep handy even when I'm not embossing. And tap over that to release the stickiness of it and the adhesive. And that also works if you want to use a Stampin' Dimensional, but you don't want the sticky to go flat on your card base. Then use your embossing buddy to take that away. So that's the little tip for the day. Let's see what else I can put here. There's some yellow flowers. I don't know where that's going to go. Let's try these. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave that because I don't like this. I'm just going to leave it just like that. And then let's glue this down. Okay, now remember, this is the one at the top. That's the front. So in the middle here, I'm going to stamp to someone we're celebrating every single day. Now this is a red rubber stamp. And as a reminder, Stampin' Up! Is going to be phasing out red rubber stamps. They can't source the red rubber anymore. So we will be going to all photopolymer. And the photopolymer will be coming in packages like our dies do. So they're also going to be getting rid of these. The photopolymers will not be coming in these packages anymore. And I think a lot of that is starting in November. So it's coming up. So there we got that. And let's put happy birthday. And let's put some of these little pink flowers in there. Okay, so now we are down to here. And got another circle cut. And this fits pretty close. Celebrate you. And I will just trim this a little bit off of the edge. So that fits there. And let's go with some more pink flowers. So when you see some of the scrapbooking kits, you can probably make them work when you want to make cards. And let's put another one up here. And let's glue this on. So there is our flip flap fun fold. Now there is room to put something over here if you want. And because I don't know where I will put this one, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the back. Use them up. So here's our flip flap. So it looks a little bit busy with the stickers on there, but I think it's cute. And then this is what it looks like on the back. Just like this one looked like on the back. So you've got room on here to write a message, say something, sign your name. And there we go. So thank you, Jane, for the inspiration. And I have these two that I will need to finish. And and this one too. Again, there's the back. Now there's no way you can really cover this one up to not show this. If you want to decorate this, you could, but because of that fold there, it's kind of hard to do it otherwise. Just needs some decoration. Hi, Nancy, welcome. You caught me just at the end. about done. I noticed you've been really busy lately. So let's put this away and kind of wrap it up. And I will go upstairs and see if we've still got some rain coming down. So I do like this card. I think it is fun. So there we go. So have a great rest of the week. And next week we will be wrapping up September, believe it or not, with October next week. My goodness sakes. It's the Burr months, as they call it. September, October, and November. Yeah, you're going to get our rain, so we definitely need it. So take care, have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next video. Bye-bye.